this is Amanda from the Fundamental Home, and today I am doing my virtual homeschool co-op, the very last one for the year, and we are talking about what you do with all your homeschool stuff. And sitting next to me is all of my homeschool stuff. And I'm going to show it to you. I actually have been thinking about doing something with all of this stuff because the truth of the matter is I don't get rid of my stuff. Like in recent years, I've tried to pare it down a little bit, but you're gonna see how I really don't get rid of my homeschool stuff. Like for the first few years I started homeschooling, I was really super paranoid about getting rid of anything. We lived in Maryland at the time, and every year you had to prepare a portfolio. And the portfolio that I made at the beginning, I had it in sections. You're required to do certain subjects. And I made sections in my portfolio for the required subjects. And at the front of that section, I would have listed the materials that we used for the year, how much time we spent per day on that subject, and any additional information that was relevant to that particular subject. If I remember correctly, the first one was grammar, but included in grammar was subsections, or excuse me, it was English, but included in English was subsections, including grammar, literature, composition, and spelling, I think, was part of that as well, maybe even handwriting. So there were subsections within that, and for each subsection, what I would do was, for each section, I would try to have maybe 2 or 3 pieces for each, probably 4, like 1 for each week of the month for each subsection. So for the grammar portion, I would have 1 assignment for each week for whatever child I was making the portfolio for. So that meant for 36, I had 36 sheets of paper approximately in my English subsection for the portfolio. And then I would have 36 sheets of paper. And the goal was just to show progression, to show that you were actually doing work and doing it regularly and showing that there was some progression. Okay, in that state, we didn't have to do test scores. I did them for my own benefit. What you turned in was the portfolio, and you had to take it down to the county. Now they might do it differently now, this was years ago. But you had to take it down to the county, they'd look at the portfolio and, you know, check you off that you've been reviewed and your homeschool was meeting the standards set by the state. Here there's no portfolio, but for the first year or so I still kept them because, I don't know, I felt comfortable doing it. I felt like if anybody came to check, I still had a portfolio and it would show the progression. I don't really do that anymore, but I still keep all of my stuff. So you can see right here, I'm going to move over here a little bit. I bought this over for you. I have this big blue bucket right here, and then I have this other bucket that I've added in recent years because the big blue bucket got full, right? So hold on, I'm going to show you what's inside my bucket. Now when I say I have kept everything, I have kept everything. Now how I've bound them has changed over the years. For instance, this is Ricky's 10th grade year and Brianna's 6th grade year. Okay, this was actually last year's. Okay, Ricky did 11th and 12th grade over the summer, and I haven't bound all that up yet. I still have that waiting to be bound. But these are all of the books. And I have the workbooks, and I have all of their paperwork that they did, and I even, Ricky's algebra, I didn't even take out of the binder. I just packaged the binder up, and I put right on the front of it, I don't know if you can see that, Ricky 10th grade, Brianna 6th grade, 2014 to 2015. There's a little card, it's taped to the front, and then I have it bound around with yarn. Didn't always do yarn. Some years I did different things. I have some that are stacked in here that aren't necessarily divided up by school year. Oh my soul, so much stuff in here. More algebra. Spelling test with grades. Like, why do I need this? I don't know. He's already completed his first semester of college. So in theory, do I really need to keep all of that? I don't know. But I'm going to go deeper. I want you to see how far this goes. I actually have, I think this is, nope, this is Ricky's. This is Ricky's Penmanship Mastery 1. I want to say this was like, I don't know, maybe 3rd grade? Who knows? I have this stuff going way back. I'm talking way back. Way back. I don't know if I can say that enough. I have his 2nd grade penmanship. Like, I did not get rid of any of it. I still have it stacked away in here. And some years I do have, let me pull this one out. This one is rubber banded. This says Brianna 3rd grade, right? So I have all of her stuff in here. All of it. We did Rod and Staff that year. Rod and Staff spelling. I think, what is this? Health? Nope, that was penmanship. So like all of her 3rd grade is rubber banded. But I have Brian's stuff going back to 4th grade, because that was when we started, when Brian was in 4th grade. And it's all in here. It's all bound up. I mean, it is just, this was Brian's 12th grade consumer math book. He did a business math one year. Still filled out, all ready to go. Every single one of them. So, I mean, we have it all. It's all sitting here. Now, Brian is getting ready to complete his bachelor's degree, and I still have all of his 4th grade books. 4th grade. He's completing his bachelor's degree. So I've had this on my mind now that I have 2 kids, one almost done with college and one still in college, and I kind of asked myself, do I really need to keep all of this? Like, shouldn't I be getting rid of it? Or, you know, if not getting rid of it completely, kind of going through it and making a portfolio or doing something with it so it's not just sitting in my closet and taking up space. But at the same time, you know, if you've homeschooled your children, you know that it's kind of hard to just let all this stuff go. I mean, sure, Brian's a college graduate, but don't I want to look back one day? This is Brianna's 4th grade. And like, you know, see Brianna's 4th grade stuff? Probably not. But I mean, it's just hard to let go of it. What am I, can you really just trash it? And the thing is, I am not a super sentimental person. I'm really not. But I put blood, sweat, and tears into this bucket for a lot of years. Like, this is my paycheck in a way. You know, some people work for a lot of years and they get a paycheck. I have a bucket of schoolwork. That's what I have. This is what I have to show for all these years I've been staying home. Okay, but that being said, I really ought to get rid of some of this. I really ought to go through it and just find the most important things, at least for the boys. Like, if I wanted to keep Brianna's for a little while in case, you know, anybody ever wanted to look at her or whatever, since she's still being homeschooled, that makes sense. But for the boys, I really think that I ought to go through it and pare down and do a portfolio. So I don't know that I'm ready to do it just this moment, because, you know, the rest of my house needs more organization before I'm going to get to this. But if I ever do, I will make a video about it and show you guys. Okay, so enough about my buckets. I do have this box. The box just has one, which I guess it was just one that I found somewhere. But anyway, it was an older one, but it was in the box. So maybe it just didn't fit in here. I don't know. I don't know why I did it this way. This is just what I did. So I still have to do this year's. I haven't bound up all of this year's stuff because I've done the testing and we're done with the school year. I took a couple weeks to just relax, get ready for Ricky's graduation and stuff. And I have till the end of June to turn in all of my attendance records and test scores to the state. So I'm going to make sure I get that done. And at that point, when I gather all the things for the test scores, I will throw this year's stuff into the bucket. And maybe I will do a portfolio this year. I don't know. I really ought to cut all this down. I keep saying that, but I really should. I'm looking at the bucket and feeling convicted about it now. But anyway, as far as the books go, I don't keep a lot of books. I've already shown you, I will link up here to my video about my books. I don't keep a lot of books in my house. And the fact of the matter is we have to sell off every year's books that we're not using to get the next year's books that we need. So I don't have extra. There are some things that I wish that I had that I really loved. And we have another video, if you haven't seen it, about my favorite homeschool book ever. That was another Virtual Homeschool Co-op. I'll link that up here too. So yeah, we definitely, I have a favorite one, but I don't even own it. And I'd like to, but I don't. So every year when it comes to getting rid of your books, I just get rid of it. I just sell it. I either sell it at a homeschool book sale or I'll sell it on eBay or something and then use that to buy next year's school books. So we don't keep a ton around. We get rid of anything that we don't need and move on and get ready for the next year. And that's just how we do things here. Anything else that we need to do? I don't know. Binders I save and reuse year after year. If something gets so torn up, then it's just gonna go in the trash, and I don't feel bad about that. There are some that I did save because I didn't feel like going through this stuff. I see another one in here. Oh, this was a biology lab book. This was when they did the biology lab. So, you know, this I just saved the whole lab book. Just goes right in there. So some of the binders I do save. Crayons. I think Trish asked about crayons. Because she said she buys all these packages of crayons. She doesn't like broken crayons. My husband does not like crayons in our house. If you watch any of our videos, you know that he's really big on cleanliness. So now that the kids are older, we really don't have crayons. We have colored pencils, we have markers. We do have chalk pastels, but Ricky's only allowed to use them in the kitchen. And even when the kids were younger, they were only allowed to use crayons at the table. And we kept a bucket of crayons, right? But broken ones were tossed. You know, like I said, I'm not sentimental, so I will just get rid of stuff. And I don't like to be wasteful either, but they're crayons. It is not stressing me out to throw away a crayon. We do keep colored pencils. We try to keep them nice. We do get paint sets every year. My children enjoy watercolors, so we definitely do that a lot. Yeah, I mean, I don't keep a lot of craft supplies here. I'm not crafty mom. I do crochet and I do sew, and have done it for years, and so we have that around, but it's kind of neatly stored away. We bring it out specifically for homeschool related purposes, but it's not just all over the place. I mean, we have a very specific amount in our house and no more. So I don't know. So we don't keep lots of extras. The only thing that I keep is this bucket, because like I said, this is my paycheck. I love it. You see me clinging to it. I'm loving the bucket. But I'm going to go through it. I'm going to pare it down. I might go through it with each of the boys and see if there's anything in particular that they would like to keep. But they probably won't. I mean, what 19-year-old boy really wants to go through all of his school stuff? You know, he's probably just like, toss it, Mom. But I'm gonna keep some of it. He needs it. You never know. Anyway, that's it for my Virtual Homeschool Co-op response to what do you do with all your stuff? I keep it, except for the books and the materials. You know, the junk we get rid of, or we sell the stuff that's worth something, and all of the records I have not gotten rid of at all. Not at all. But I'm gonna turn them into a portfolio of some kind. So anyway, that's it. You guys have a great weekend, and oh, I wanted to mention, today's Thursday. I actually went and hung out with Justin Rhodes today and his family, and I'm gonna link to his channel up here if you do not know who Justin Rhodes is. You will love their channel. They are a homeschooling family, and they are just such wonderful people, and we went up and met them and hung out with them this morning. So I'm linking to their channel so you can see we should be on their video today. So if you want to go to that video and check them out a little bit later, you can see what fun we had today planting and hanging out with their family. It was so much fun. I can't even express to you how much fun it was. So anyway, good times. You guys check out their channel. Make sure you subscribe. You want to subscribe to them. If you watch one video, you will know exactly what I mean. They do such beautiful stuff, and it's just nice. So anyway, that is it. You guys have a great, great day, and I will see you tomorrow for Fundamentally Frugal Friday, where our Frugal Family food meal is with Heritage Homestead. Bye.